Thank you, members, and Madam Speaker. I also rise in support of this resolution. I remember a different Ronald Reagan because I was actually working and in Los Angeles at the time of the previous president. And I recall a nation of shortages where we had no air conditioning. I was on the 23rd floor of a 55-story building that was all glass downtown LA, and we could not have air conditioning. If you can imagine, because we were told that we had to conserve and we couldn't afford our profligate lifestyle anymore, that, you know, our era of supremacy was almost over. We had wars breaking out all over, similar to what we've got now, a lot of unrest in the Middle East. And we also had over 20% interest rates and inflation. We had a figure that was called the misery index, which measured inflation, and I believe it was unemployment. I can't recall right now. I think that was it, inflation and unemployment. And that misery index was sky high. People were suffering. We thought we were through. We were one of the worst countries in the world, supposedly, and we just had to pay our dues and get over it because we were no longer going to reign supreme. Then Ronald Reagan came, and he promised a shining city on the hill. And he returned that can-do American spirit to all of us. He made us proud. He took stands that were principled. You know, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. That was a bold statement in those days. He got ridiculed from all sides for having said such a thing that was surely going to just create more chaos. But you know what? That wall came down because the man believed in that. He believed in the, I know he passed the immigration bill, but there was also supposed to be another part of it that went along with it to help control that never did get passed. But he did believe in allowing people a chance to come to this great country. There were numerous things that he did. He had readjusted the tax code. Some people didn't like it. I was there in 1986. It was called TFRA, the Tax Reform Act. I was sitting there as a banker with a bunch of CPAs trying to figure out who was going to be moved around, what was going to happen. But it really did make the tax code a lot more fair. It also brought the marginal rate down from 70, I believe, to in the 30s. I mean, we had a lot of things that went on with Ronald Reagan, a lot of important changes for this nation. But most of all, the spirit of can-do returned. The spirit of what we were all about, of pioneering and reaching for the stars and actually getting there, because you could, as an American, from the lowest walk of life, you could be whatever you wanted to be. And I think that's what all of us are still fighting for, to have our children and our children's children have that opportunity, that great opportunity. And it comes from a spirit of can-do. And I can't emphasize that more. There is nothing that we can't do on this floor, in this state, in this country, if we believe in ourselves and we're willing to put the work to it. And our children should have that legacy. Ronald Reagan created that back in this country, that feeling of Americanism and pride in being American, and that's what I will remember him for. Thank you.